It is December 31st, 2025, and if you're watching this, it is officially 2026 or later. Today, I am continuing on my journey with the Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I'm on page 197, almost 200 pages in, and so far there's been a lot of political tension, but there hasn't been a lot of action. So I'm hoping in the next few days there will be more adventuring in this book because it is a hefty 800 plus pages. So there was a lot of build up, a lot of world building, a lot of kingdoms to learn about, and backstories to build. So I'm very much hoping that it leads up to something really impressive. All right, hello, just filming a quick update at around 7:30 p.m. I have read about 40 pages total, so I'm now on page 237. The book is speeding up a little bit. I feel like the first portion of the book was a pretty slow setup, to be honest. You're finding your feet on who these characters are, but now the chapters are growing in length and also becoming much more involved. Stuff is happening, and I'm excited about it, but I'm also very sad because a minor character whom I really like and had no beef with anyone ever has died. So I won't, say the name of who that was, but I am very sad. I did not see it coming. I'm looking forward to the next chapters, particularly building on Tane's character. So, Tane is learning to be a dragon rider in Seiki, a kingdom that is very water based. There's a lot of imagery of the sea, and I feel like we haven't really explored it much in the early chapters. So, I'm hoping in Act 2 and on, we do see more of Tane, because out of the few characters that we've been swapping perspectives on, we haven't really jumped into a lot of Tane's perspective. This whole time in the book, Tane has been completing her water trials, is what they're called, in order to be selected as a dragon rider. So we have been seeing bits and pieces of that, but kind of here and there. So I'm not sure where they're going with Tane's character, but I'm kind of curious. Another character that we've just started building more on is Loth. At first, his perspective was a little bit more far and few, in between, I should say. But they seem to be building onto that character as well in a way that I really wasn't expecting. So he seems to be becoming more of a key player. I think the characters that have been getting the most screen time, I guess that's how you'd put it, screen time in a book, have been Ede, who is hiding her magical powers from Queen Sabran, Queen of Innis, which is a kingdom that is a little bit fearful of magic and who has a fear of all things dragons, or worms as they're called, fire breathers. I know there's a lot more history there that I'm probably not doing justice, but I have been seeing more of their relationship grow. I am getting very close to finishing Act 1. So, what I'm loving so far is how Samantha Shannon has really built up the different kingdoms. So, Innis has this kind of religious fervor in that Queen Sabran is their religious figurehead. And that comes through in her descriptions of their culture. Koskaro, which is currently kind of the arch nemesis of the kingdom of Innis, who has turned their back on the Virtudim, is fiery, and you get like rivers of lava and volcanic energy out of the book. So I love how everything is sort of like polar opposites. So even though I'm not usually one to like bouncing around very much as far as perspectives, this book I think I'll make an exception for, because it is a lot of fun to see the world building aspect of a few different kingdoms, and I'm looking forward to seeing more to come, particularly with one of the characters who is going on a journey on foot to deliver a mysterious box to someone. All right, quick update. It is around 10 a.m. and I've made it through Act 1, so officially on Act 2. The little quote on Act 2 says, "Consider the way she had to go. Think of the hungry snare, the net she herself had woven, aware or unaware." And it looks like we will be switching over to Loth's perspective. Finally. I really want to see what happens to him, so I will continue on and let you know how far I get and hopefully reach 300 page mark. All right, I have just passed the 300 mark. Still not halfway there, but I'm a lot closer than I was yesterday, so I'm happy. There was just a major plot twist, the biggest, and I probably should have seen it coming, but I didn't. It seems like the action has really picked up in this chapter in particular, and at this point, I'm not even sure what's going to happen. The next chapter after the major plot twist switched perspectives, so I'm kind of like, no, I don't get to know what happens to this specific person just yet, but I'm trying to keep going slowly, keep trying to annotate the things that I'm curious about, just so I'm retaining all of the different plot points that are occurring at once. But yes, it's definitely piquing my interest and making it a lot easier to read more quickly. And with that, I believe I will see you in the next one. I definitely want to make more progress on this book. Like I said, there's, I think, 804 pages, so I've got a ways to go, but so far it's been very exciting, and I look forward to doing a more in-depth review at some point. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.